Jaminisa Fathima of grade 5A from Mount Litera School, Neyyoor. Today I am here to narrate a story. The title of my story is A Wise Old Man and the Foolish King. Once in a far-away kingdom, there lived a king who was always proud of himself that he is the wisest man in the world. One day he called all his ministers and said, "I am the wisest man in the world. Nobody is worse than me." Nobody replied to the king except an old minister. He smiled and said calmly, "Your Majesty, there is a man in our village who is known as the wisest man in the world. Would you like to meet him?" The king agreed and ordered his soldiers to bring him to the court. Next morning, an old man with a stick came to the court. The king asked him, "I have known that you are the wisest man in the world. If that's true, answer my 3 questions. If you pass, I will give you some rewards. If you fail, you will be having severe punishments." The old man smiled and said, "I will be able to answer your 3 questions, Your Majesty." The king started to ask his question. His first question was, "How many stars are in the sky?" The old man thought for a moment and said, "How much is hairs on your head, Your Majesty?" The king was shocked. The whole court started to laugh. "Ah ha ha!" But the king asked the old man, "What's the proof?" The old man said, "You count the hairs on your head, then I will count the stars in the sky." The king was surprised and he asked the second question, "Which is the center of the earth?" The old man took his stick and drew a small circle on the ground, pointed it with the center, and he told to the king, "Your Majesty, the point is the center of the earth. If you have doubt, you can measure it." The king was surprised and didn't reply. Next, he asked the third question. "Now, what I'm thinking in my mind," the old man said. "You are thinking that? How fool I was." The king laughed and said, "Ah ha ha! You're right. Now I agree that you are the wisest man in the world." The old man smiled and said, "Yes, Your Majesty. I not only know to read books and also to read hearts." The king said, "From today onwards, you are my teacher who teaches me discipline, kindness, and how to behave to others." The old man was so happy. The king gifted his rewards. The moral of the story is, knowing everything is not at all use. You should know how to speak, when to speak, how to react. Thank you. Have an amazing day.